Hello, today I'm going to show you how to compare tables and data in tables with baseline. For this purpose, you can see I have one project and I have assigned resources to them. I have 4 phases, and phase 1 and phase 3 are going to start in parallel. So phase 3 design will start with phase 1 design with start-to-start relationship. And I saved a baseline. Okay, you already know what is baseline. Here it is. It is saved today, 2nd of November 2022. This is the time of recording this video. Okay, I will do it once again. Okay, now it's saved. Now let's see tables. For switch to the table, I will go here in the upper left corner. I will click on it, right click, and I will use cost. You will see that I have some fixed cost, I have total cost and baseline cost. And cost, baseline cost and total cost is same. Why? Because I just saved the baseline. Now let's go to, for example, schedule. You will see that start and finish is here, and late start and late finish is here, the same. Also, if I go here and go to, for example, variance, then I will see that baseline start and baseline finish is same as start and finish because I just save a baseline. So where to save the baseline? Basically, all those fields are copied in baseline start, baseline finish, baseline start, baseline work. For example, if I use work table, okay, here you will see that work and baseline work is same. It is all explained in my baseline section video. But now let's do some progress. Okay, let's say, for example, let's go back to Gantt chart and let's use entry. Let's say that phase 1 design is done. 100% is done, and it is done as it was planned. Okay, I will put it here 100%, the easiest way. Let's go back to cost. You will see that total cost and baseline cost are same, variance is 0, and actual cost is as total cost, and remaining cost is 0. So when everything goes by the plan, nothing is changed, so everything is in ideal situation as was planned, you will get the result that total cost, baseline cost is same, variance is 0, actual cost is as total cost or baseline cost as planned, and remaining is 0. But let's say for some reason here, if I go to entry, that my phase 1 development is started late, okay, 1 day late, and it is done only 1 day is finished, but I have 4 more days. Okay, let's do it here. Okay, so look what I will going to do. I will go to task, mark on track, I will update task, and I will say, okay, actual duration is 1 day, remaining duration is 4 days. I should enter it because if I don't enter it, it will recalculate it, okay? And I will say the task was not started at Tuesday, it was started at not Tuesday 11th of October, but Wednesday 12th of October. Let's go here, 20th of October. Okay, so basically I've done 1 day, task was worked on 1 day, remaining duration is 4 days, so the total duration will be 5 days, and it will start late. Let's go here. You will see that now the total duration is 5 days. Now let's see what I will get when I compare this actual data with baseline. Let's go first with cost. So here you will see that total cost is now 32,000. Why? Because the total work was increased since I said that this task will have 5 days duration. 1 day what is done and 4 more days. So the calculation was done according to that. How can I see $32,000? I can see if I go here, for example, in task usage, and if I see use cost table, you will see that Mary has $16,000. What was total cost for 5 days? No, and planned was $12,800. Ellen has $12,000 and Nenad has $4,000. So in total, this is $32,000. Okay, let's go back to Gantt chart and I have cost applied. So 32,000 is total cost. Since the baseline was $25,600 because it was at the time when I saved the baseline, it was 5-day duration for this task, and calculation was according to that made for the cost, for the baseline cost, and it was $25,000 and $6,000. I have now variance, which means 32,000, which is total cost, minus $25,600, which is baseline cost. So I have $6,400 variance. And remember, when the variance is positive, you spend more than you should. Actually, it's of course $6,400, and remaining is total cost minus actual cost. Okay, this is about cost. Let's go and see how it applies to work. You will see that the baseline was 96 hours. Since I added one more days, it is now 120 hours. Let's go back to task usage, and now I will apply instead of cost work. So you will see that work for John, Ellen, and Nenad is 40 hours. It is 40 hours, and when it was planned, it was 4-day duration, 8 hours per day. It was 32 hours per each. So in total, 3 days multiplied by 32 hours for Mary, Ellen, and Nenad, in total means 96 hours. 120 hours is now actual work which must be done because it is 5 days, and 5 days for Mary, Ellen, and Nenad means 40 hours for each. So total is 120 hours and baseline is 96 hours. Let's go back to Gantt chart. So here, baseline is 96, total is 120, and variance in 24 hours. It means we are going to work more, or we have to work more than it was planned. Actually, it's 24 hours. Why? Because John, Ellen, and Nenad worked 1 day and they spent 24 hours. And the remaining is work minus actuals. 120 minus 24 is 96 hours. Now let's go here and see variance table. Variance table show you the variance. So phase 1 development, it was planned to start at Tuesday 11th and finish on Friday 14th, but when I put the progress, I told to Microsoft Project that it was started not on Tuesday but on Wednesday 12th, and that it will be it will have duration 5 days. So it means that it should finish on Tuesday 18th of October. So baseline start was planned 11th of October, actual start was on 12th of October, so that is the current situation. Start variance is 1 day, but the finish variance is 2 days because the task was started 1 day later and it will last 1 day more. So it, instead of be finished at Tuesday, it will be finished on Friday, okay? And here you can see the variance. Once again, when you have a positive, you will have, you are late. Now, let's go back to entry and let me see some negative figures. So let's say that this task is done. Okay, this task is done. Okay, we finished what we have to do, not this one, but this one. And now let's go back here. So let's say phase 1 testing, that how it was planned. It was planned, let's go to variance now, okay, variance. It has 1 day variance, 2 days variance, because since this task, the predecessor was late and it should last longer, it pushed this task as well. But let's say that this task was planned to be started at Monday 17th and to be ended at Wednesday 26th. Let's say that this task is finished, but I will put it here now, go back to, no, I will not go back. I will just click here. I will say update task and I will say, okay, this task is 100% completed. Actual duration was 2 days. It was started on not Wednesday 19th, but it was started on Monday, and I will click on OK. You will see that, sorry, I made a mistake, mark on track update task. I will say it was started on Monday, it was finished on, let's say, Tuesday, okay? So Monday, 17th, Tuesday, and I will click OK. You will see that task is now, has 2 days duration, and Peter did it before phase 1 development is done. It finished his testing, which doesn't make a sense. But this is just for as an example. Of course, it doesn't make a sense. And you will see, this is not true. This cannot be true that something is tested before development is finished. But let's say he started with some testing here while still was in development, and he in parallel tested while something was developed. Okay, now let's go back here. And let's go back here, and let's go back at cost. Now, you will see that baseline was 12,800, and the total cost was 3,200. So you will see, since we shorted the duration, we spent less than it was planned, and variance is negative. When the variance is negative, it is good for you. It means that you are spending less that you can or that you planned. So actual is, of course, because task is 100% done, 3,200, and remaining is 0. Okay, how was that? Because let's go back here in variance. You will see that it was planned to start on Monday and to finish on Wednesday. It was planned to have 8 days duration. But it was planned like that, but it started on Monday, but it finished on Tuesday. So basically, we have start variation, which is 0, because it started at, it was planned of the same date, but it finished earlier than it was planned, and it is 6 days. Okay, this is about variance. Now let's see the work. Remember, original plan was 8 days. So I will now take work. You will see that work was planned 48 hours. Why? 8 days, Peter is assigned to this task, was, of course. 8 days, 8 hours per day means 48 hours. Since he worked only 2 days, 16 hours, and he finished his work, the work and actual work is 16 hours. So the variance is minus 48 hours. Instead of working 64 hours, he worked 16 hours, and minus 48 hours means that he spent less hours that he was planned to. So to conclude this video, when you have some actuals and when you track your progress, you should always compare with the baseline. That is the main purpose of baseline, because baseline is saved plan, and you are going to compare actual with what was baseline with planned. So what you have a multiple tables here. You can use a lot of them, but I will show you which tables I used most. First of all, I used cost. In cost, if your variance is negative, here you will see, like in phase one testing, it means that you spent less than it's planned. If it is positive, then you are spending more than it was planned. If the variance is 0, it means you are spending as is planned, okay? Exactly according to plan. This is about costs. Let's go here and see the work. The same thing. If the number variance is negative, it means that you work less than it was planned, and it is good. If it is positive, it means that you are going to work more than it was planned. This is variance. And last but not least, if you see variance table, if you look at variance table, you will see if the start and baseline start and finish and baseline finish, like here, are the same, it means that you are progressing as it was planned. If your start and finish date are different than baseline start and baseline finish, it means if the start is larger than baseline start, it means you started later. If the finish is larger than baseline finish, it means that you will finish later, and in start variance and finish variance, you will see the number of days of how many days you are starting late and you are finishing late. On the other hand, if the start date and end date are negative, like here end date, it means that you are going to be finished earlier. And if the start and finish date are 0, it means that you are as far as you know according to the plan. So remember, negative means good thing, positive means bad thing. Negative means I work less, I spend less, I will finish earlier or start earlier. If positive means I spend more, I work more, and I will be late. Hope this helped. Thank you very much. See you soon.